Iran has condemned a suspected Israeli airstrike on the Syrian capital Damascus, which it says killed 5 members of the paramilitary Revolutionary Guards group. Iran's president says Tehran will not leave the attack unanswered. Regional tensions have been escalating as Israel continues its war against Hamas following the October 7th terrorist attacks.
This is all that remains of a 4-story house in this neighborhood in the Syrian capital. But the attack, which apparently targeted the building, also damaged several cars and other nearby property. At around 10:30, we heard the sounds of 3 consecutive explosions. They targeted the building here behind us. We were shocked. What was the situation in your home? Everything is broken. The fence of the building flew over and landed in our kitchen. Thank God there was no one there. Of course, all glass is broken. The fridge was damaged. The wood was damaged. As rescuers have been trying to find survivors under the rubble, Iran's Revolutionary Guards said several members of the paramilitary group were among the dead. Tehran blamed Israel for the strike and threatened to respond. Iran has been a close ally of Syria's President Bashar al-Assad, as well as the militant group Hezbollah in Lebanon. It also supports Hamas, which carried out the October 7th terrorist attack on Israel. Israel has not claimed responsibility for the strike in Damascus. It comes just days after the Revolutionary Guards claimed it hit what it called an Israeli spy headquarters in northern Iraq.
Well, for more, we can speak to Guido Steinberg. He is a Middle East analyst at the German Institute for International and Security Affairs. Welcome to DW. First of all, can you explain to us why members of Iran's Revolutionary Guard were in Syria? What exactly were they doing there?
The Guards have been in Syria at least since 2011, and they have assisted the Syrian government in its fight first against the protests and then against the insurgency in the country. Ever since this civil war has virtually ended, they are still there. They have about a couple of hundred personnel in the country. They advise the Syrian military and the Syrian intelligence services, and they have tried to build what they call a second front in Syria from which to confront Israel.
Now, as we've been reporting, Iran says Israel was to blame for this strike. Is it likely that indeed Israeli forces were responsible for this killing of Iranian Revolutionary Guards in Damascus?
I personally am convinced that the Israelis are responsible. The Israelis have attacked Iranian and Iranian-supported militia targets in Syria and sometimes even in Iraq since 2017. They have attacked between 1,000 and 2,000 times ever since, and they have already killed quite a number of high-ranking IRGC personnel. So there is no doubt that the Israelis are also responsible in this case.
And in this particular case, how big of a blow do you believe that this particular strike on these particular individuals is for Iran?
Well, this is quite a blow. Just like many other attacks in the past, the Israelis have attacked high-ranking personnel of the Iranian Revolutionary Guards. In this case, it seems as if they have killed the head of the IRGC intelligence service head for Syria. That's one of the highest-ranking Iranians in the country. He's probably a brigadier general. That's a major blow to the Iranians.
All right, so seeing that this was quite a high-level attack on very important members of the Revolutionary Guards, what do you think is going to happen next? Can we expect retaliatory strikes from Iran or maybe even Syria against Israel directly?
Well, not Syria. Syria is not able to attack Israel, and I have, as I said, ever since 2017, the Israelis have attacked Iranian and Iranian allied targets in Syria. We have seen some retaliation by the Iranians, but by and large, ever since the Iranians have not found any adequate measures to retaliate against these strikes, I think the Iranians will now think very hard whether they might be able to target Israel with missiles, with drones, perhaps from Syria. But the overall situation in the Middle East will not change simply because the Iranians have so many Israeli attacks to retaliate for. And they are looking for every opportunity to hit Israeli targets in the Middle East and possibly even abroad.
And to what extent is this particular incident linked to the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas and also to the cross-border hostilities in the north between Israel and Hezbollah?
Well, this incident is mainly linked by the coincidence. The Israelis, there is a certain continuity to Israeli airstrikes against Iranian targets in Syria. At the same time, we do see the Iranians stepping up attacks against Israeli, American, and other targets, but mainly by proxy. For example, by letting Hezbollah hit the Israeli north. I think this will continue, but there is also the possibility that the Iranians will get more directly involved in attacks against Israeli and other Western targets.
That was Guido Steinberg from the German Institute for International and Security Affairs. Thank you so much for your analysis.